All right, so we are continuing in Matthew chapter 10 and starting with verse 16. Jesus says this. He says, "Behold, I send you out as sheep among wolves. Therefore be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils, and in their synagogues they will scourge you. Yes, and you will be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony to them and to the nations." And so we get this idea of being sheep among wolves, that we are really supposed to be the underdogs throughout history. And I think Christianity has always suffered, and the message of Christ has always been perverted every time Christianity is the main religion of a culture. So it's just dangerous, which is hard because we want everyone to be saved. We want everyone to know Jesus, but we want it to be real. We don't want it to be just because that's the thing to do. So I'm very thankful that in America now, it's not the popular thing to do. It is not the popular idea and way of thinking to take Jesus' side on, especially sexuality and all kinds of things. So I'm very thankful for that. And I even said this in my commentary. We see the disciples live this out in the book of Acts, talking about be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. They were wise and yet harmless while under constant attack. So just for instance, people letting Paul out through a window so he can escape the people that were after him. I've heard of missionaries using this wise as serpents idea by saying that they're in an area because of school, and of course they're there to spread the gospel. So I'm very thankful for that kind of thinking, and I'm very thankful that they are wise as serpents, and they're taking the gospel to the world and doing it whatever way they need to do it, while still maintaining character and the innocence of doves. And so this really shocked me. So these next verses, when I thought about it and I thought of this point, this just hit me as something amazing. So verse 19, "But when they deliver you up, don't be anxious how or what you will say, for it will be given you in that hour what you will say. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father who speaks in you." And a side note is just that a verse like this gives me the confidence that I'm able to teach the Bible, right? Because God will give me the things to say. But he's talking here about God will give you what to say to the people that are persecuting you. And here's what I said. Persecutors of Christians have seen some of the most pure pictures of Christ. Isn't that amazing? That when you have a culture or a group of people that are against Jesus to the point where they would put people in prison or kill them or torture them, they are actually seeing, which is horrible, but they are seeing the most pure form of Jesus, because they are seeing people who refuse to turn their back on Jesus. They refuse to say that they don't believe in Jesus. They hold their faith in Christ. And I've read stories about these people that they still love the people that are persecuting them, that are putting them in prison, that are about to kill them. Isn't that awesome? You think of Stephen, who was the first martyr, and as he was being stoned, he prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Isn't that beautiful? That is exactly what Jesus prayed while he was on the cross. So, man, wherever there is this intense hatred for Christianity, that is where I believe the most purest form of Christianity is being seen. And I bet we'll see when we get to heaven that so many people accepted Christ in those areas because they saw these Christians who just would not deny Christ, and they would not stop loving the people who are hurting them. Isn't that beautiful? So may that be us. I don't know where you are in life, and if you're like me and you're in America and it's perfectly legal for you to be a Christian, which I'm very thankful for. I'm thankful for free speech. I want free speech for everyone. Everyone who disagrees with me, I want them to have free speech, but I'm thankful that I have it. But man, when we suffer little things, no matter what you're going through, may any time that people don't like you or they say something about you, may you just not worry about it, and may you show the purity of Christ no matter what's going on.